It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please, the Tuesday evening live stream. I do a live stream every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. We have things to eat and drink, and we play some games and stuff. Coming up on today's show, we've got a top 15 list. We'll play our game, Chrono Photo. I'm going to try a different coffee. Actually, coffee with something in it I've never had before. But before we do any of that, now is the time I like to celebrate the first 3 people that made their way into the chat. I would like to congratulate them by giving them fake Olympic medals. Do I have the authority to give out Olympic medals? I do not. But that's not stopping me. They're not real. Anyway, let's do that. It's working. And I'll play. That's the wrong button, Jim. Sorry. There it is. To the comments. Come on, get there. I couldn't get there in time. Darn it, I can't. There it goes. Okay, congratulations, our gold medal winner. It's Joey's World. Well, all right, our silver medal, Mark Langenkamp and Paul Eichenlaub. With the bronze. I forgot what was third. With the bronze. Congratulations. When was this, by the way? This was 7/19. Oh, it says right there. On Monday night. Thank you for putting that in there and letting me know. I always have to figure it out. That was helpful. This was at 7:57. So wait a minute. When did I post this? It was shortly before that. It was around 7 o'clock yesterday, I think. I scheduled this live stream. So always interesting. I never know. Never know. 8:05 was our bronze medal winning entry into the chat. Again, congratulations. Let's see. All right. Okay. Mr. Fulton Mraz, hello to you. But this was this morning. Francisco was here this morning. Let's get to closer to game time, showtime. And starting at 5:30, and the first one in was It's Joey's World again. It has it. It froze in place, and you got it. There's Tennessee Bear, Gloria. Hello. Oh, talking about the weather. Oh, more on that in a second, I suppose. There's Rob Fuzz. After his week of birthday celebratory live streams, celebrating all the parks of Walt Disney World. Happy birthday again, Rob. All right. Donna Jaworski, season's greetings to you. This was, just a few minutes ago. Welcome in. Debbie Thunert. Well, hello to you. Dean. Hope you're well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Paul Eichenlaub's back. Hello, Paul. And Tim. And Jason. Hello, Jason. Hope everybody's staying warm as best you can. What are you going to do? How so? Did I do something? Is he talking about something else? I'm lost. That's all right. I'm usually lost. Donna, Dean, Michelle the Quilter. Hello to you and your family. Movie Mania Nick, good evening. What is up? Arjons, hello to you. Welcome in. Let's see. We're getting there. Ben, Pepper Tree Villa. Hello, Ben. Thanks for joining us. Gloria's back. Francisco's back. Hello, guys. Wow. My finger's getting sore with all the scrolling I'm doing here. Kathy Hollister, hello. Good evening to you. Still scrolling. I appreciate everybody's patience with me. T-Town Mary Ellen. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Mary Ellen, by the way, has a fantastic live stream of her own. It's about 24 hours from right now. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the T-Town Mary Ellen YouTube channel. It's always a lot of fun. Games, trivia, topics of conversation. And other things. It's just a general, this is just an umbrella statement there. But it's, hopefully, we'll see you there tomorrow. And if I missed anybody else, welcome in. Thank you. Let's return to that. I've changed some stuff up around here. I feel like I've got a cleaner area. This is nothing you guys can see, of course, and you don't care. But I've changed, instead of changing my screen back there, which was over here, it is now over here. What a change, Jim. Nobody cares. Just because you can't see it. But it's, I think it's wonderful for me. All right. Speaking of weather. The entire planet Earth is in a deep freeze. That might not be true, but it kind of seems like it to many of us. And yes, here in Florida, we've experienced freezing temperatures. I saw, before the live stream started, I quickly glanced at the chat, and I saw that Tim was talking about snow and ice. I think he said he got about a half a foot of snow where he is. I think maybe he was talking to Gloria, who is experiencing inclement weather. Here in Tampa, Florida, it was forecasted to get pretty chilly, and I know it doesn't compare to where some of you are, but it is quite notable. I looked on my phone. Apple Weather tells me what the temperature is in Tampa. And Monday morning, it told me it was 28 degrees at 6 a.m., which is when I get up during the week. And I thought, well, that was chilly. I have a weather station in my backyard. And it's actually mounted to the house, to the back of the house, on the second floor. So it's elevated. And so it tells me the temperature where we are, not the weather station, wherever Apple Weather gets their temperature. Is that at the airport? I don't know where it is exactly. So if I can just show you what my weather station showed me Monday morning. That is our house. That was here in Tampa, Florida at 7:18 is when I was already at work when I looked at it there. But 19 degrees, that's cold anywhere. Now it didn't stay 19. Yesterday, it got up to the 40s, maybe 46 degrees yesterday was the high. So it was quite a chilly day. And this morning, still cold, but it was 28 degrees. So, it didn't stay sub-freezing, but for maybe 2 hours. But people are afraid of their plants around here. I told you they cover them up with blankets and bed sheets to protect their plants from dying, ones that they don't normally have to protect from the freezing temperatures, especially a prolonged freeze like that. Anyway, 19 degrees for me yesterday morning, and then I also follow the temperature in Detroit, where my family is. So I looked at that. I scrolled over on Apple Weather for that, and that's not even. Why do I even complain? It did get up into the 20s, though. Speaking of that, Monday morning, I get to work, and the guy I used to teach with, we both taught television production at the high school together. He retired in December, so and they didn't hire anybody. Instead, they have a long-term sub. So I was speaking with the sub, nice lady, and she, I was delivering something to her Monday morning, and this was maybe 8 a.m.-ish, around there. And she was sitting at the teacher desk, and she was FaceTiming a friend of hers that lives in Michigan, Bad Axe, Michigan, to be specific. It's in the thumb. I've been there. Anyway, so I just showed you what the temperature was in Detroit. This is north of Detroit. So she's FaceTiming her friend, and I apologized for interrupting. She said, "Nonsense, you're not interrupting." And she turned the phone around, and I met her friend, and so I said, I'll leave you alone to your FaceTime, and I just said quickly about the weather. Did you see what the temperature was this morning? It was 19 degrees at my house, and or I said something about and tomorrow it's going to be in the 20s also, and so she relayed that message about our Florida weather to her Michigan friend and said it's going to be in the 20s, and her friend said, "Yeah, it's going to warm up." So her friend thought she was talking about the Michigan weather, when in fact she was talking about the Florida weather, and we're lamenting how cold it is here, and her friend can't wait till the weather gets into the 20s. It's all relative, isn't it? I have abandoned the chat. I am so sorry. Keith, hello, Joey's best bud. And Keith, BDF. We're being infested with Keiths. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. I am a walking barometer. Just seeing if I missed anybody. Thanks for being here, everybody. Okay, let's get into coffee. We have a coffee break.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Fix you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Okay, last week I tried a protein powder from Bobby Parrish and his Flav City brand of protein powders. I'll show you. Here it was, and it was the flavor of this protein powder was butter coffee, which I was not familiar with. I didn't know what the heck butter coffee was. Why would you mix a butter flavor with a coffee flavor? That was foreign to me. I wasn't exactly sure if that was a thing or not. Turns out somebody in the chat did tell me that's a thing. And I had never had butter in my coffee before. Well, I'm having butter in my coffee tonight. So I haven't ever had it before. I quickly Googled it maybe 15 minutes before showtime tonight. And I Googled the term butter in coffee. And Google's AI tells me, adding butter to coffee, often called bulletproof coffee or butter coffee, no kidding, involves blending unsalted grass-fed butter into brewed coffee to create a frothy, latte-like drink. Popular in ketogenic diets, it is consumed for sustained energy, mental clarity, and satiety. Is that how you say that? I think it is. It is generally used as a meal replacement for breakfast to curb hunger. And then there's a recipe. Mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of unsalted grass-fed butter with 1 to 2 tablespoons of MCT oil. What is that? Or coconut oil into high-quality black coffee. Must be blended for 10 to 30 seconds to emulsify the oil, creating a creamy texture rather than an oily separated mixture. Okay, what is MCT? MCT oil. Ben says butter is definitely more calories. The recipe calls for 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter in my coffee. There was no way I was doing that. Instead, I cut off. We had a stick of butter, real butter. Anybody with what MCT oil is? I guess I could Google it. I'm on Google. But we're not. I'm not doing that. So what I've done, and I don't know if my close-up camera is working. Hang on. I think it's dead. I think it got unplugged. So I'll do my best showing you. There it is. And I've got a little spoon in here. I blended this before. I'm afraid I'm gonna. Anyway, I had a little hand coffee mixer, and I blended this shortly before showtime. My wife tried it. She said, well, it tastes like butter. I don't know. So I'm stirring it to blend it a little bit better. The coffee looks awfully yellow. Yes, although, well, I think that's the butter. This is, MCT oil is a saturated fat. Thank you, Donna. They say MCT oil can help with joints. My tiny little spoon. Okay. Here goes nothing. Oh, it smells buttery. Okay, well, first of all, this is not unsalted grass-fed butter. This is salted sweet butter. That's all we had. I'm not going to buy unsalted grass-fed butter for something I know I don't want to drink in the future, regardless of it. The taste, extremely smooth. I did read where it could cut through the acidity. As a matter of fact, it may have been down here. Let me scroll down. Somebody on Reddit said, just tried it, and it completely cuts through the acidity, giving it a rich, creamy, complex, nutty taste. It definitely elevates the taste in my... Read more. I don't want to read more. Anyway, it's not bad. I don't need to do this. If I'm going to have a meal replacement, it's not going to be by putting 2 tablespoons of butter in my morning coffee. That's insane. I'm glad I tried it. I will have a few more sips of this. You know, I don't like the smell when I bring it to my face, and there's a buttery smell, of course, and I feel like I'm drinking the buttery substance that you put on movie theater popcorn. You know what I mean? That you pump into the bag of popcorn. I feel like that's what I'm drinking, and I don't like that. Now, maybe if I followed that recipe, I also didn't add cream to this, or what they did, coconut oil. I suppose that would. What else? Anyway, I don't need to do this ever again. It's not bad, but it's not life-changing for me. I don't want to make this a habit because I like where my cholesterol levels are currently. But that was fun. I won't lie. That was fun to drink. I will say this. We have a strawberry rhubarb pie in the house, and I will be having a piece of that after the live stream here. And I thought about maybe I'll have this coffee with it, but I don't want to drink any more of that. It's I just want regular coffee, or maybe I'll have a cup of tea. That sounds insane, but maybe I will. Chai tea, something. Anyway, okay. Bulletproof coffee. Why do they call it that? Don't know, don't care. All right. Let's take our first intermission, and I will be back, and we'll play Chrono Photo.
Sprite, Sprite. Sprite, Sprite. Tingling tartness.
All right, let's play Chrono Photo. Hey, I did it right. Okay, Chrono Photo is the game where we will be shown 5 pictures, and we have to guess in which year each picture was taken. You know the rules. We can guess anywhere from the year 1900 to 2025. That's the range in which we can guess. 1,000 points for a perfect guess. 5,000 is a perfect game. Here's our first picture. And I'll zoom in on it. I think everybody here is familiar with the game. So, Pepper Tree Villa, welcome in. Our first picture, and I saw this is the first one. I didn't have to refresh my browser to get a full color photograph. This is the first one that came up, and I believe that this is Tupac Shakur. I think this is a young Tupac Shakur. I mean, his face looks like what I know Tupac Shakur to look like. The abs look like me, but I know that's not me, and I'm not. Who am I kidding? Anyway, he's got a boombox. He's leaning on a. I don't know cars, but that looks like an '80s car to me. If that's a young Tupac, this must be the 80s. I'm looking at the other cars in the street. That's Tupac. If I had to guess, and I do have to guess, that's the name of the game. I'm thinking this is mid 80s, 84, 85, 86, 87. What am I doing? I'm naming all the 80s. All right. Hey, there's a reflection in the door of some people. People taking his picture. I know his Tupac's first brush with fame came when he was part of Digital Underground. Remember that? The Humpty Dance? The guy with the nose and the glasses? Tupac was a part of that. And then he was an actor. He was in a few movies. When I worked at a movie theater in the early 90s, he was in a movie called Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson. That played at our theater, I remember. And Tupac was the male lead in that movie. And that was really the first time I had ever heard his name. And then he became a hip-hop legend. Now I'm going to look into the chat for your guesses. I don't know if that's it. Okay. No tri-pie. I mean, it's not Thanksgiving. We're But we cracked into it. We cracked into that pie, the strawberry rhubarb, yesterday or the day before, and it was delicious. 7-Up is better. Honestly, I don't know if I could differentiate the two. I've had them so seldom. Is it a Firebird? Is it a Camaro? I don't know. All right, I think our first guess is from Michelle, who says 1974. We have 1985, 81. Ben says 86, 76. We have an 85, 81, another 81. How about that? 79, another 86. I was thinking more mid 80s. The reason I'm 99% sure that's Tupac Shakur. And I think he'd be too young in the 70s to look that old. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking this is mid 80s. 82, 81, 1980. A couple of you said 86, and I think I like that guess. A couple of 85s as well. So what do I do? 86. 1986. Survey says, ooh, 87. Anybody? I don't recall seeing an 87 guess. 1987. Anyway, 924 points. That's a pretty good start. Picture 2. There's another car. I think that's a Camaro. Look at this. Who are these people? Is this Washington? Is this in Washington? And are these presidents and ex-presidents? So is that Taft on the right? Is that Harding on the left? And Al Capone is driving. I don't know who the other guys are. Or is this a car full of former presidents? Former and current presidents. I do not know. What model Camaro is this? What's the ornament on the Looks like a four-legged animal of some sort. Oh, it's a cougar. Did they make cougars in whenever this was? I don't know. And I'm not embarrassed enough to let it be known. I don't know when any of these guys were president. Here's what I know about Taft, is that he kind of created the seventh inning stretch at baseball. That's my William Howard Taft knowledge right there. So was he president in the 20s? I don't know. Harding got me. Is he responsible for the Depression? I'm getting stupid here, but I'm being honest. And when was Al Capone president? I don't recall that. Anyway, please put your guesses into the chat. Anything else we can glean from this? That we have the car and the what I believe are famous people. Are there vice presidents in here as well? I really wouldn't know them. I'll leave it there for a second. I don't know. Now, I've seen pictures of Taft with that mustache, but the pictures I've seen of him as president aren't with a gray mustache. It seemed to be darker or maybe brown. I wouldn't know if it was brown. They're black and white photos, I'm pretty sure. But that looks like a gray or white mustache. Like this, Taft is older here. Maybe I'm wrong. And it appears to be, where am I going? To be cold outside, yet they've got the top down on their convertible. Is this considered a convertible? I don't know. It's the season of the sticks, as they say. Now. Okay. Let me go there. And does Harding look younger than I've seen him? Is that Harding? I don't even know. Hoover was responsible for the Depression. Thank you, Ben. Hoover, Harding, Dyson. They're all vacuum cleaners. Let's see. Our first guess is from Dean, who says 28 but has no idea. I don't either. I do not either. But I like your guess. We have a 1912, 1910, 1915. The teens or the 20s. Yeah. 36. We have a 30, 33, another 36. 1960. Kitsteberg, 64. Thank you for your guess and welcome in. Ben says 27. Forget 1933. Okay, 27. 27 it is. 29. 1929? All right. Our first guess was 28. They range from the 20s. Well, 1915, or actually 1910, up to 1930, actually 1960. Let's go 29. 1929. Here we go. I like that. Survey says. Oh, 1916. That was so much earlier than I thought. Donna said 1915. That was a great guess. Holy moly. Well, 196. We've cracked 1,000. All right, let's go to our third picture. Okay, now we're talking. Okay. We have some gaming equipment. We have a tube television with a built-in VCR. Now you're speaking my language. An Xbox. Never been a gamer, so I don't know what gaming other than just, I don't know what version of Xbox that is. Or what this one standing on its end is. And why are they using that television? With rabbit ears? Are you kidding? Okay. We have a Simpsons clock on the wall. A Duff beer, specifically. This appears to be a Britney Spears. I'm just guessing that it says Britney on the left. I'm guessing that's a Britney Spears poster. This is solidly 90s so far. What else is on the wall? I can't quite make that out. I'm going to hide my eyes from the light above my head to cut down on the glare. Doesn't help. I can't tell what that is. I like the fan. That's nice. That's a nice fan. Shiny. All right, gamers. Let us know what you think about these gaming systems. If we're going strictly on the Britney poster, the TV VCR combo, I mean, that they were selling those into the 2000s. So, I mean, this could be early 2000s, late 90s. Somewhere in there is what I'm thinking. If I were pressed for a guess, I might split the difference and I might say that this is the year 2000. Now, that's not to say that poster hasn't been hanging on the wall for 15 years. And certainly that TV has probably worked for 20 years. It's probably working up till today. The Simpsons, they became popular in 89, I think was their first year. So anytime after 89 throughout the 90s to this day. And are we being fooled? Like, are those gaming systems much more recent than the rest of the things in this picture? Although that furniture, the dresser that it's on, that looks, again, I mean, you don't buy a new dresser every year. But it does look like old furniture that they put into a spare room for other stuff you don't want in a better looking room. You know what I mean? Okay. I guess my 2000 is my guess, but I don't know. I think Mark has our first guess in the chat. 2005 sounds good to me. Paul says 94. That is plausible. 2005, we have a 98, 99. Donna said that, and she's en fuego. Britney Spears was huge in 2000. Was she? I mean, she was big in the 90s, and was it late 90s? I'm going to take your word for it. And then there was a downtime for her, but then she came back. I bet she was big in 2000. So were the boy bands, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. That was their time, wasn't it? We have a 1996, 2006, 2010s, Keith says. Rabbit ears would not work on the TV unless having a converter. Oh, because of the from analog to the digital signal. So this is before the switchover, which was, and I don't remember the year. I should know that. 2009, was it? There is a famous, there's a clip out there in TikTok world and the like, probably Instagram, and it's a video of two kids watching the switchover from analog to digital. And when they lose the analog signal, and they knew when it was happening, and when they lose their analog signal, they celebrate. it's so nerdy, but funny because it's like, wow, who would have even thought of celebrating such a thing? But they did, and it's out there. Gloria says 2000. That's what I said. 2011, says Mr. Fulton Mraz. Donna said 99. But she was 1 year off. And 1999 is 1 year away from my guess and Gloria's guess of 2000. I might go 2000. Just because it's my live stream. Okay, here we go. Survey says, 2006. Debbie, look at you. Nailed it. We got 575 more points. We're up to 1695. Great guessing, Debbie. Okay. At first glance, I thought, these kids are in a library. And then I noticed none of them are wearing shoes. Or are they? No, they're not. So, is this somebody's house? And why would somebody label their shelves? Were they not allowed to wear shoes in this library? That's, I don't know what's going on here. First glance, 60s or 70s. But let's see. Can we tell what they're reading? Elsa? I'm not familiar with that. I assume it's a children's book of some sort? Or is this earlier than I'm thinking? And why would they misspell mythology? Wait a minute. Where is this? What language is this? Is this French? Are they in France? Is that how they spell mythology in French? I suppose it is. Are they not allowed to wear shoes in the library in France? Does France have libraries? All right, gang, I don't know. If this is France, maybe it's Quebec. I don't know. Maybe that's not French at all. Jim's just a dum-dum. Well, see, they're in a cold weather climate. They all have sweaters. I assume they're not wearing shoes because the librarian, they had boots on, and they were full of snow. And when they come in and all that snow melts and they're tracking water everywhere, I'm sure that's why they're not wearing shoes. So, but come on, in a library? And it's not like it's carpet. Just mop it up. All right. See, I thought maybe their hair was too shaggy to be earlier than the 60s, but I could be wrong about that. Now, hear me out. The labels on the shelves appear to be printed, unless somebody's got super neat handwriting. But is that something to consider? When would these labels? When would these have been able to be made in a library? I assume the folks in the library made these labels. And would such a label maker exist before the 60s? I don't know. I'm just going to zoom out, look at the... I'm kind of sick of talking about this picture. All right, here we go. Does Donna have our first guess of 1964? I didn't guess, did I? Well, I said 60s or 70s, so I'll split the difference. I'll say, you know what, though? I don't think it's the 70s. Well, maybe it is. What do they look like in France in the 60s? I don't. I'll say 60. What did Donna say? That's what I'll say. 64. Ben says 68. Another 64. That has a candid camera vibe. You know what? It kind of does. Early candid camera. Like Woody Allen candid camera. We've got 19... Alan Funt. Woody Allen was part of Candid Camera, was he not, early on? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, well. Jalen, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. 1965, we have a 60, 67. 61, 1970, I was thinking about that. 63. Donna says they had to take their shoes off in their library in Alaska. It is messy when you've got what could be a classroom full of kids tracking snow in your library. I get it. I'm just having fun. All right. They had shoe cubbies at the door and hooks for coats. '68, '65. I don't think Woody Allen, he may not have been on camera, but he was a writer on the show. I might be wrong about that and confusing him with somebody else. All right. Okay. Let's go 63. I see 1963 in there. And that way I don't have to change the slider. Survey says, 66. Who had that? Michelle said 65. So did Mary Ellen. Great guessing. Did anybody say 66? 64? 68? I don't know if anybody said 66, but I think Michelle was closest with 1965. All right, how many are we? We have one more picture. France again? Okay, do these numbers tell us anything at the bottom of the screen? It is the 22nd of May, 1997. No. Or is it March 4th, 1966? Probably not. Well, they're just standing around. Are there is that dude inside the door? Or is that door open? What's going on here? I don't know if it matters. This one's going to be tough. Well, there's more written on the side here. I can't make it out, though. Am I missing anything else written on this picture? No, I don't think so. Well, they're outside the Louvre, and they're keeping people from entering, and I guess leaving. Kind of looks like that. Like, what's that dude doing? Or does he work there? Maybe he works there. Is this electricity running into the building? I'm not sure. I'm asking. I don't know. And why would it wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be. I bet that's part of the door. Yeah, it wouldn't come from underneath. It would come from above the power lines. They would be above at this point, wouldn't they? I'm guessing. I'm just going to leave that there and rely on you guys. I guess my thought is this looks like a really old picture. 1920. I don't know. 1920. Is there an extra E there? Is this the real Louvre, or is this like, was there a like a clothing brand that was called the Louvre, or and they had to add an extra E for copyright and trademark purposes? I don't know. Probably not. That is the French Foreign Legion? Okay. I think our first guess is 1939. Chronophoto, the earliest we can guess is the year 1900. So nothing from the 1800s. 1947, 1919, 1920, 1931. Mike and Mandy, welcome in. Ooh, enjoy your meal. All right, let's see. What time is it? 7:52, are you kidding? All right, let me just guess here. Mark says 1920. I said 1920. I haven't been doing very well, but I'm gonna, because somebody's guessing it along with me. Oh, although we've got a couple of 1901, 1900. I'm still going 1920. Survey says, not bad. 23. 1923. I'll take that. We ended up with 3,249 points. As always, I don't care how we do. I just have fun playing this game. Thank you for your guesses. Hope you had fun. It seemed like that was a long game. I'm sorry I took so long. I'll try to pick it up next week. Coming up, I've got a top 15 list. I'll tell you about it after this coming attraction. It is February, and it is Black History Month. So our coming attraction features a historic black film. Enjoy.
It was the best of times. They were the best of friends. They made the best of memories.
Why don't you go somewhere?
Your face of mine.
Those cool days. Coolie High.
Okay, as I said, it is Black History Month, and so the posters in my room are all feature black films. I don't have any pictures of them like I did my Christmas photos, but it was fun to gather those and put them up. One of them, I will say, I had hanging up here last year. It was Wakanda Forever, the sequel to Black Panther, Marvel Cinematic Universe. When coming up for a topic of tonight's top 15 list, I was thinking of that poster, Wakanda Forever. And then I got to thinking about Wakanda and how, well, that's not a real place. And then I thought about what other movies feature countries that aren't real. A bunch of them. A lot of them are Disney films. So I've got the top 15 fictional countries from movies. And we're going to start with Wakanda because that's what that's where I got this idea from. So yes, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Wakanda, country in Africa. I don't know exactly where. It doesn't matter. All right, number 14. This is the movie The Great Dictator, Charlie Chaplin's film, where he parodies Adolf Hitler and the Nazi movement in Germany. The country here, there's actually 3 countries, but the country that that character is the dictator of is called Tomania. I'll be honest, I've never seen the movie. I've only seen clips, like he has a famous speech at the end. I've seen that, and there's a famous clip of him with the globe. It's like a big balloon or beach ball type thing that's a globe, and he's playing with it, bouncing it off his head and his butt and stuff like that. Anyway, Tomania, Tomania, is that country, and they're at odds with 2 other countries that aren't real, Austerlich, and the third one is Bacteria. So that one had 3 countries that weren't real. Number 13 is back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is Sokovia, which had a great deal to do with the second Avengers movie, Age of Ultron. And that is, or was Sokovia a city? Oh, now I've blown it. I don't know. No, it was a country. I don't know. You know what? I may have screwed this up. I don't even know. Anyway, let's move on. Let's say Sokovia was a country. It doesn't matter. Number 12 is from a James Bond movie. Number 12 is the island nation of San Monique. This is from the movie Live and Let Die, where Yaphet Kotto played the... was he the prime minister of San Monique? And that's Jane Seymour, who is his... I guess she was a psychic. I'll be honest, I've never seen the movie, but I'm not the biggest James Bond fan. But what are you gonna do? Actually, I haven't seen most of these movies except this one. Number 11 is The Princess Bride, and we have 2 more countries that aren't real. And I know this is originally from a book, as many of these are, I think, or a few of them are. But we have, and I guess I could have got a better image here. Florin and Gilda. And Gilda to blame for it. Those are the 2 countries in The Princess Bride, so that's fun. Back to Disney, I think. Number 10 on the list of fake countries, Arendelle. This is from Frozen. And the Southern Isles, that's where Hans is from. Is that a country? The Southern Isles? Oh, Weselton, the Duke of Weaseltown. That's another one. That's got a bunch of phony countries in it. All right. One of the first ones I thought of when I thought of this as a topic for a top 15 list was this movie at number 9. Richard Dreyfuss, Raul Julia, Sonia Braga in this movie, Moon Over Parador, where Richard Dreyfuss, I remember seeing this on cable in the 80s. Richard Dreyfuss plays an actor who is hired to I actually don't remember the plot of the movie. Anyway, he ends up playing the role of the dictator of Parador, which is a country in South America, not Paraguay, not Ecuador, Parador. So, okay, back to Disney. Number 8. This is Moldonia, from The Princess and the Frog, and the Prince Naveen of, what did I say it was? Moldonia. And you can, I don't know if you can see it well, but under his picture in the paper, I think that might be the only place in the movie where you can see it spelled out there. But yeah, that's not real. Number 7 is from Coming to America. And this is Zamunda was the name of the country. African nation, not real, in Coming to America. And then there was the sequel, Coming to America, which is confusing, but it's all right. Okay. Number 6 on my list of fictional countries from movies, Corona, and that is from Tangled. And I believe that is a full-on country, the Kingdom of Corona. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Number 5, back to a movie I've never seen before. And this is a movie, Peter Sellers movie called The Mouse That Roared from 1959. And the country in question is the Duchy of Grand Fenwick. The Mouse That Roared, based on a novel, is about what they say is the smallest nation in the world, Grand Fenwick, whose export keeps them solvent. They have a wine that they export to the United States. And the plot of the movie is a corporation in the United States made a imitation of the Grand Fenwick wine. And so people started buying that because it was cheaper. And nobody in America was buying the Grand Fenwick wine. So they were going broke. And then one of Peter Sellers' characters, by the way, he plays multiple characters in this movie, which he's done more than once. Somebody in Grand Fenwick has the idea of going to war with the United States, but immediately surrendering, thereby counting on the fact that the United States would then fund the rebuilding of Grand Fenwick. So that's the idea behind going to war with the United States. And it's a farce, and it is a comedy, and it is available for free on YouTube. And I saw that before the live stream tonight, and I scanned through it. And it actually looks kind of good. And I wouldn't mind seeing it someday, but I haven't seen it yet. All right. Number 4 on my list is Genovia. And this is the country in The Princess Diaries. Anne Hathaway's character becomes the Princess of Genovia. Julie Andrews is in this as well. Genovia is not a real place. We know that. All right. Number 3, we go to the Pixar. And the movie Cars 2, which I have never seen. I've seen bits of. But the country in question is this one, New Rearendia. And I understand they never mention it. Nobody ever says the words New Rearendia. But one of the racers in this movie, and his name is, I guess, Rip Klitschkanowski or something like that. It's listed somewhere in the movie that his home country is New Rearendia. So I thought I'd put that in there. But I guess they don't say it in the movie. I don't know. All of these places end in IA, as does the final 2. Which ones didn't? San Monique, Grand Fenwick, Parador, but all the others? Oh, Arendelle? You're right, so many of them do, as do the last 2 on my list. There are 2 movies that use this one. That is the Marx Brothers movie Duck Soup and Despicable Me 3. Both have the nation of Fredonia as their fake country. And I think there are other other movies that use this term, Freedonia. I don't remember how it's used in Despicable Me 3. Oh, I think... No, I do. Gru's brother, whose name might be Stu, is from Freedonia. And in Duck Soup, I believe that's where Groucho's character is from. I might be wrong about that. But yeah. Number 1 on the list, back to Disney. And this is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And the country of Bulgaria. Don't hate me, but I've never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I had to read about it. And I guess Dick Van Dyke's character relays a story. Was it his character? About the country of Bulgaria and something or other. I don't really know. I know this isn't the best community to admit where you haven't seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but hey, I haven't. I'm not going to lie about having seen it. It's not a Disney film. I assumed it was. You know what? I did read it was written by Ian Fleming. What am I thinking of? You know what? I'm confusing it with Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which I haven't seen completely either. That's what's happening here. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, not Disney. I've got it noted. Thank you. Okay. But that's it. All those fake countries. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:07. I don't know if anybody's live right now, but maybe Mouse Talk is. I'm not sure. But I hope to see you tomorrow at any one of the following live streams. T-Town Mary Ellen has an awesome one at 7 p.m. Disney Nerd Herders go live on Wednesdays quite often, usually from a park, as early as 5 p.m., earlier than I can make it, but they do it when they can do it. D&G Explorers, 8 p.m. usually when they go live on Wednesdays. All great friends of the program, and I am going to dump out my butter coffee right now. I will see you here next week. Next week, busy week. Olympics, Valentine's Day. I don't know what I'm going to do from a show. Oh, well. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.